All right. Good evening, students. Good evening, all of you. I hope you are able to hear me. Yes, Siddharth. So, good evening, all of you. Good evening, Chinmay, Muktamuni, Saksha, Ashutosh, Siddharth, Monisha, Advait, Lasya, Basavraj, KV Chetan, Ganesh, Adesh. Good evening. Good evening, Chetna, Viresh. Good evening, Pranav. Good evening, Prajwal. Good evening, Varsha. Vijeta, good evening. I hope you will be happy, Vijeta. All right. You are thinking right, Viresh. I don't understand why you say Sat Sri Akal, Prashant. Good evening, Sakshi. Good evening, Shravan. All right. Chalo. Let's move ahead. So what you were discussing last class? I guess we were discussing about proteins. We had finished proteins. Yes, Pritesh, of course your messages are visible. Yes, Pritesh, they are visible. I could see that, Vijeta. I can understand that. Chalo. Let's move ahead. So, yeah, I was asking something. What you were discussing last class? I guess we were discussing about proteins. We had finished proteins, correct? We had finished proteins. Have you done the homework question which I had given you? Good evening, Ashish. Have you done the homework question which I gave you? I hope you have got your messages about Diwali holidays, right? You should have received your Diwali holidays ka message. So enjoy the festival, enjoy the holidays, right? All right. So have you tried the homework? Check WhatsApp, Vinayak, check. You did kya, Pranav? You got it? PK, that is more than enough, man. Very good, Pranav. Great. Chalo, let's move ahead, right? So we'll discuss the homework questions. I guess there were two homework questions. This one we had done. Have you tried this or not? I don't think so. Anybody has tried it. You guys try it, then we'll discuss both of them. Right? You guys first try those two questions. I don't want to give you solution directly straight away. Right. So we'll start with the recall test. So the recall test based on structure of proteins yesterday was on boiling the egg. On boiling the egg, what structural changes takes place in the egg white? What structural changes takes place in the egg white while boiling the egg? Let me give you the poll. Yeah. So here comes your poll. So most of the people who are answering this are bio students, if I'm not wrong. Good evening, Sankita. So most of the people answering this, I guess, are bio students. All right. So you can start voting quickly. So still many of you have not voted. Chalo, we'll end this. We'll end it on a count of 3, 2, 1. Let's end it now. Okay? So today's class may even get finished early. So don't worry, I'll not start the next chapter today. If I finish early, I'll leave you early. All right. So, right. So the obvious thing is during denaturation, the hydrogen bonding takes place. And hydrogen bonding occurs in secondary and tertiary structure. So therefore, all your secondary and tertiary structures will be destroyed. So correct answer is B. I had discussed it in class also. During denaturation, secondary, tertiary structures are destroyed. Primary structure remains as it is. Correct? And also, there is a thermodynamics question on it. During boiling of egg, what happens to the entropy? Entropy increases or decreases? During boiling of egg, entropy increases or decreases? People have different answers. I have got different answers. You can send me reasons also for your answers. You can send me the reason also for your answers, whether it increases or decreases. I would like to know. Yes. So I've got mixed answers. So people are not given reasons. Temperature is inversely proportional to entropy. Okay. Very good. Saksha, it should be reversed, no? Question was, during the boiling of egg, what happens to the entropy? It increases or decreases? Yes, very good, Ganesh. Basically, see, during Ashutosh, you have changed your answer, man. Ashutosh, you have changed your answer. So, as temperature increases, entropy increases on boiling of egg. On boiling of egg, entropy increases because with increase in temperature, the hydrogen bonds, these were coiled, right? So hydrogen bonds will break. And if this hydrogen bond will break, it will become linear, right? So randomness increases. Hydrogen bond breaks, randomness increases. And if randomness increases, entropy increases. ये बहुत ही कॉमन क्वेश्चन है बॉइलिंग ऑफ एग का. डू नॉट मेस इट अप. Entropy increases during boiling of egg because hydrogen bonds are broken. Hydrogen bonds are broken. Therefore, your randomness increases. ठीक है? Bonds are weak, मतलब randomness is more. ठीक है? All right. चलो then. Let's move ahead. So we are starting with nucleic acids today. I'll go at a rapid pace today during the theoretical time. While explaining you the structures, I'll take some more time. ठीक है? So the things which all of us know about DNA and RNA, right? The components of DNA and RNA, I'll take time and explain. ठीक है? So theoretical topic, I'll just read it out and explain you. Dekho, now we are approaching inorganic chemistry. So most of the inorganic chemistry is going to be like this only, like this reaction, this fact, that fact. So it will finish very early. Right. The nucleic acids, the particles in the nucleus of the cell responsible for hereditary transformation from one generation to another generation are chromosomes. So chromosomes are responsible for transformation of hereditary message from parents to child, right? Which now these chromosomes are made up of two materials, basically proteins and other biomolecules called nucleic acids. So it is made up of proteins and nucleic acids, chromosomes. Now nucleic acids are named so because they are found inside the nucleus and they show acidic properties. I will tell you how they show acidic properties. Since they are found in nucleus and they have acidic proton, therefore they are named as nucleic acids. There are two types of nucleic acids, generally DNA and RNA, right? We'll study the difference between them also. You have done it in previous classes also. Deoxyribonucleic acid, ribonucleic acid. It is double-stranded helix, it is single-stranded helix, right? DNA is found predominantly in the nucleus, while RNA is predominantly found in the cytoplasm. So DNA is found in nucleus, RNA is found in cytoplasm. Now, please don't ask me what is cytoplasm, right? At this stage, if you ask me cytoplasm, it is not bad. You can ask, but I'm expecting you to remember what was cytoplasm. Whether you are a bio student or non-bio student, it should not matter. Correct? Because I was also non-bio background and I studied it way back, so I still remember, right? So the classification of nucleic acid is based upon the sugar present in them, right? Which type of sugar is present in them. Based on that, you classify the nucleic acids. Sugar say, what do we mean? Sugar matlab carbohydrate only. By sugar, you should mean it is nothing but carbohydrate. Okay? Now, what are the components? We'll discuss the types of nucleic acids. We'll classify them later. First, we'll start with what are the components of nucleic acids. In general, a nucleic acid contains of three components: a pentose sugar or carbohydrate, which is ribose sugar; a heterocyclic base. Heterocyclic matlab there will be a cyclic ring. One of the atom will be other than carbon and hydrogen. Then it is called heterocyclic bases. Okay? And phosphoric acid. H3PO4 ka salt, monosalt can be a phosphoric acid salt. Okay? Now, if you take this, then pentose sugar and nitrogenous base together, pentose sugar and nitrogenous base together are called as nucleoside. Nucleoside. They are known as nucleoside. And pentose sugar plus phosphoric acid together is known as, not all three, all three together is known as nucleotide. Nucleotide. Okay? So combination of pentose sugar, heterocyclic phosphoric acid is known as nucleotide. When you take this nucleotide, when you repeat this nucleotide many times, so lot of nucleotides together are known as polynucleotide, and polynucleotide are your nucleic acids. So chemically, what are nucleic acids? Nucleic acids are polynucleotide. Nucleic acids are, जैसे proteins are polyamino acids. Repetition of amino acid gives you proteins. Similarly, repetition of nucleotides, polynucleotides will give you nucleic acid. They are nothing but polynucleotides. Correct? Now, heterocyclic bases present in nucleic acids are either derivative of purine and pyrimidine. What are purine and pyrimidine? The way you have studied pyridine, pyrrole, all these are class of heterocyclic compound. Similarly, there are some compounds called pyridine and purine. So most of the nitrogenous bases are either purine or pyrimidine ring. They contain either purine ring or pyrimidine ring. Correct? you can say that, right? Therefore, we find two types of nucleic acids, and they are purine bases and pyrimidine bases. So we find two types of bases. Either the bases containing purine rings are known as purine bases. The bases containing pyrimidine rings are known as pyrimidine bases. We'll see the classification of nitrogenous bases later, right? Yeah, anyone having any doubt in this slide, please quickly ask. We are moving ahead. Pura theoretical hai, but still, if there is anyone having any doubt in this, please quickly ask. क्योंकि तुम लोग when you study it in bio, most of the times you by heart, this is adenine, this is, और उसके बाद भी structure याद नहीं रहते हैं. If I randomly ask any one of you write the structure of adenine, 90% of you will do mistake in writing the structure of adenine, right? बायो में नहीं पूछते तो मतलब क्या होता है? तुम्हें अगर बोल दे ATP का स्ट्रक्चर लिखो, क्या करोगे? You will write adenosine triphosphate. हो गया, इतना ही है ना? चलो, let's move ahead. So I don't see any doubts on slides. So please, if there is any doubt, you can ask. Now, what are the, so we have seen, let me summarize. We have seen what is nucleic acid, why it is called nucleic acid, types of nucleic acids, what are the components of nucleic acids. Okay? Now we are going towards classification of nucleic acids. So we have already said they are of two types, DNA and RNA. We are taking RNA first. So RNA is your ribonucleic acid, right? What are the three components present in RNA? In RNA, you have pentose sugar, you have heterocyclic base, you have phosphoric acid. Just any other nucleic acid has that. Any nucleic acid has these three components. Now, which pentose sugar is present in RNA? Beta D ribose. Ribose sugar in which form? Beta form. Now you know what is beta D ribose. What is the difference between alpha D ribose and beta D ribose? You know that. Ribose का structure भी हमने पढ़ा था. It was a pentose sugar. ठीक है? We have seen the structure of ribose. Now, heterocyclic bases. So if you take heterocyclic bases present in RNA are adenine, guanine. Adenine and guanine are purine bases. Cytosine and uracil are pyrimidine bases. I'll show you their structures and explain. For now, just remember, heterocyclic bases present in RNA are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. So, adenine, guanine are your purine bases. Pyrimidine bases are your cytosine and uracil. And phosphoric acid is the third component present in your RNA. Now remember, what are your purine bases? It is easy to remember. Just remember this word called cut, right? Cytosine, uracil, thymine are pyrimidine bases. Cytosine, uracil, thymine are your pyrimidine bases, whereas adenine and guanine are your purine bases. Correct? Now the base present only in RNA is uracil. Uracil is the only base present in RNA. The base present only in DNA, not in RNA, is thymine. So RNA contains a fourth extra base, uracil. DNA contains the fourth extra base, that is thymine. Now, bases common in DNA, RNA are adenine, guanine, cytosine, right? So these are the common bases present in both of them. Now, what are nucleosides? A nucleoside is the product formed when pentose sugar combines with heterocyclic base. So sugar plus base gives you a nucleoside. I have already explained you. Sugar plus base gives you a nucleoside. And if in this nucleoside you add phosphoric acid also, you get nucleotide. Correct? Now let us see the structures of nucleosides. So these are your structures of nucleosides, basically. Now see this carefully, right? Now see this carefully. So adenine and guanine are your purine bases. Pyrimides are cytosine, thymine, and uracil. These are the three bases. Previous slide. Yes. Take it. Take it, Vasha. Right. Let's move ahead. Right. So now if you see this carefully, देखो, 2 ring system है, 1 6-membered ring है, 1 5-membered ring है. Both are heterocyclic ring, right? The common thing in both of them is alternate nitrogen hoga. So benzene ring with one NH2, matlab aniline. You assume you have written aniline. In aniline, you have attached alternating nitrogen. So matlab you will write an aniline, and you will attach a alternating nitrogen. Okay? And then you will draw a 5-membered ring. Then again attach a alternating nitrogen and double bond. Okay? Easy to remember. Okay? Remember aniline, alternating nitrogen, draw a 5-membered ring, again alternating nitrogen and double bond. Okay? Now can you tell me this molecule has basic nitrogen or acidic nitrogen? What does it has? Adenine has basic nitrogen or acidic hydrogen? Sorry, it has basic nitrogen or acidic nitrogen? What it has? Just 1 minute, I'll connect charger. Yeah, keep thinking about it and tell me the answer. Basic is there. दोनों है भाई, both are present. Both are present. This nitrogen is basic. It can donate lone pair. This nitrogen, pyridine. Pyridine nitrogen is also basic. It can donate lone pair. This is acidic proton. This nitrogen proton is acidic. Because if you remove this proton, the negative charge here is stabilized by resonance. Okay? It is stabilized by resonance. So this is acidic, this is basic. Yahan likh lena. This is basic nitrogen and this is acidic nitrogen. And if I ask you that, what do I ask you? If I ask you which is more basic, 1. So this nitrogen also has a lone pair, so it can act as basic nitrogen also. Okay? If I ask you among 1 and 2, which nitrogen is more basic? Among 1 and 2, which nitrogen is more basic? 1 is more basic because it is pyridine, and this is less basic nitrogen, right? Because its lone pair is involved in resonance, but its lone pair is not involved in resonance. Okay? Its lone pair is not involved because it is already aromatic. 6-membered ring. Okay? 1 is more basic. We have done it in GOC. Now, what you will do in the case of this? What you will do in the case of this? Is there any change? Yes, there is a slight change. What is that change? You draw the same structure. Draw the same structure. Between these two nitrogen, draw one NH2. Between these two nitrogen, draw one NH2. And this NH2, you replace it by OH. So if you put OH here, just see this. If you put OH here and tautomerize this, you'll get C double bond O NH. And if you don't tautomerize also, you simply write OH here, then also it is correct. Okay? So what I said, I said whether you write it like this or tautomerize it, you'll get double bond here, OH here. Right? So OH, NH2. So what you have done, this NH2 has moved between two nitrogen and one OH has come here. Rest everything is same. Rest everything is same in adenine and guanine. Correct? Is that clear? So this is easier to remember. It's not that difficult. So if you remember adenine, guanine is connected to it. Now coming to the pyridine bases, cytosine, thymine, uracil, right? Cytosine, thymine, uracil. What you have to do? One ring. One ring. Now see, one ring, when you draw it, there are various ways of remembering it. Okay? First you compare these two, thymine and uracil. They are almost same. They are almost same. So how do you connect it? See, again, I'm telling you, this ring only you have to draw. This first ring. You have to draw this first ring only. Dekho. So if you draw this first ring, just you have to add OH. So what it would have been? N alternating double bond, correct? Alternating nitrogen. Now, if you want, draw the double bond. You had attached NH2 there. You attach OH here. That's all. Now, whether you write it as OH or you tautomerize it and write it, so you can write it as tautomerize it, you'll get double bond here. Tautomerize it, you'll get double bond here. So basically it is same. Your double bond, OH, OH. So basically this after tautomerization will give you what? You'll get this ring only. Nitrogen, nitrogen, double bond, OH, OH. Methyl. Understood? So what I'm trying to say is whether you write it in this form or you write it in OH double bond form. OH double bond form. Both are same. Up to you, how do you write? Okay? In this, at this position, methyl is not there. In this, at this position, there is a methyl. Okay? Correct? Now, what is the difference between these two and this? First of all, there is no OH. Replace this OH by NH2. Here you had replaced NH2 by OH and then tautomerize it to get this. Here NH2 was replaced by OH, then it was tautomerized to get this. Here this OH will be replaced by NH2. You must be thinking, sir, OH kahan hai? OH hai beta. You can, if you tautomerize it, this is nothing but OH only. Right? So whether you write in keto form or enol form, it's same. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is just replace this OH which is there here, replace this by NH2. That's all. And this CO, let it be as it is. One of the CO here is replaced by NH2 and double bond will come. So if you remember it in tautomeric form, then it is easier to remember. If you don't remember it in tautomeric form, in whole life you will not remember. Okay? This is what I know. This is how I remembered. Right? Let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. इनके acidic और basic nitrogen के questions पूछेगा वो, that you can answer by GOC. Just right. Now coming back, this was your nitrogenous bases, 5 types of nitrogen bases. What are your sugars present? So sugar present in Howard structure is beta D glucose. Beta D glucose, therefore first carbon pe OH is above the plane, H is below the plane. Then rest H, OH, H, OH, CH2OH always lies above H. Simple. Beta D hai, so OH will be above. Rest HOH, HOH and CH2OH, H. This is your D ribose sugar, beta D ribose. Now in DNA you have deoxyribose. Which deoxyribose? 2-deoxyribose. 2-deoxyribose matlab second carbon pe you have OH. Remove this oxygen. Just write H. If you remove the oxygen here, you get H. Since you have removed oxygen from second carbon, it is known as deoxyribose. This is the sugar present in DNA. And this is the sugar present in RNA. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Now I'll show you how they are connected. How you get nucleotide. So dekho. This is your OH. Let us say H. HOH. Right? This is how it is. Right? Now, if you see this, इन्होंने थोड़ा सा गलत दिखाया है. This bond is here with nitrogen. This bond will be with nitrogen. थोड़ा सा गलत है ये. This bond will be with nitrogen. ठीक है? So if you see here, there is a OH here and there is a H with nitrogen. OH and H will eliminate water. Correct? So this carbon of sugar, ribose, will join with this nitrogen. So there will be a carbon-nitrogen bond here. There will be a carbon-nitrogen bond here. Correct? Right? Correct. Good idea, Ganesh. So this we can hide. Just a minute. So now this carbon and nitrogen will be bonded to each other. Okay? Now here you have removed one water molecule, right? This, remember, this H and this OH has been removed as water molecule. Now coming back, how you got the phosphoric acid? There's a CH2OH. If this CH2OH and you take phosphoric acid, what is your phosphoric acid? See carefully. Phosphoric acid is P double bond O double bond O. OH, OH. So OH, water is eliminated. So if you eliminate the water, right? If you eliminate the water, you'll get P double bond O double bond O, OH. If you eliminate water, right? One OH, H from here, OH from here. So phosphorus, oxygen, CH2. There will be a bond here. Phosphorus, oxygen, CH2, because H and OH is gone. Correct? So you'll get P double bond O double bond O, OH and oxygen, CH2. This will be the bonding, POCH2. So since you have attached only one phosphate group, it becomes monophosphate. Okay? Now how to name this? If you use adenine, adenine plus its sugar is nucleoside known as adenosine. So you know nitrogenous base plus sugar gives you nucleoside. So adenine plus sugar is known as adenosine. And if you attach one phosphate, then adenosine monophosphate, right? You see here, POCH2 bond is there, right? And if you attach 3 phosphate group in continuous, then it is adenosine triphosphate. And if you attach 2 phosphate, adenosine diphosphate, ADP, right? So this ATP, ADP are formed like this. The nucleoside of guanine is guanosine, right? Similarly, you name them, right? So similarly, we have taken one pyrimidine bases also. So we have used pyrimidine base mein thymine, right? So we have used thymine and it is triphosphate, right? Thymine triphosphate, right? And if you use NH2 here, then it becomes cytosine, then it becomes, if you use NH2 here, then it becomes CTP, cytosine triphosphate. So I hope you remember what is ATP and ADP and AMP. Any doubt? So this together, nitrogenous base, sugar and phosphate together is known as nucleotide. Only nitrogenous base and sugar, nucleoside. Correct? Is that clear, everyone? Any doubt in this whatsoever? So you should know what is nucleoside, what is nucleotide, what are the nitrogenous bases present, how are your nucleotides formed. Now we'll go towards DNA and RNA. Anyone having doubt in this, please quickly ask. I'm giving you a window of 5 seconds. Anyone having doubt in this, please quickly ask. I'm giving you a window of 5 seconds. All right, I don't see any doubt. So let's move ahead. Chalo. Now see, basically, if you talk about the structures of DNA, right? Nucleoside plus phosphoric acid plus gives you nucleotide plus water. We have already discussed it. Now see, one nucleotide and other nucleotide join together. How do they join together? Please pay attention. Right? यहाँ थोड़ा image blur है, black हो गया है ये. So see carefully what happens. Right? So if you number it carefully, see the numbering here only. 1, 2, 3 dash. Remember this 3 dash carbon and 5 dash carbon. They are important. Remember this 3 dash carbon and 5 dash carbon of pentose sugar. They are very important, right? Now, if you take this and try to repeat it, how they are repeated, I will show you through a diagram here. So see carefully. Please see this carefully, right? Yeah. So see, I am taking, let us say, let us take it like this. Oxygen, nitrogenous base, H, and then nitrogen. Now I want to draw this pura. But rather than writing pura nitrogenous base, I will just write one box. Okay? Rather than drawing pura nitrogenous base ka structure, I will just draw a box. This is your nitrogenous base. Okay? And then this is HOH, second carbon. HOH, second carbon. Then this is CH2OH, fifth carbon. If you attach phosphate here, then phosphate, if attached, it becomes PO single bond, double bond O, OH. This is your pura nucleotide, one nucleotide. Now take another nucleotide. Let us say the nitrogenous base here was adenosine. Let us write A. And in the second case, let us say the nitrogenous base was thiamine. Correct? And rest everything same. H, OH, H, OH, H, OH. And here you have CH2, H, O, P, double bond O, and OH. ठीक है? तो phosphate of fifth carbon. Remember, phosphate का OH of fifth carbon and third carbon का OH of sugar. Phosphate का OH on fifth carbon and third carbon का OH will eliminate water molecule. It will eliminate water molecule. So now it will form POC bond. Okay, this is the connection now, right? This is very, very important. There should be U in place of T. Why there should be U in place of T? I have taken thymine nitrogenous base. Are, don't think I'm drawing RNA. Shut up. Why there should be U in place of T? If I'm drawing RNA, then I'm not drawing RNA. I'm just drawing the polynucleotide. I didn't say it is RNA or DNA. Right. So there are two nucleotides you have connected. Right. Similarly, this is 3'. So there will be another CH2, P, OH, double bond O. Again, water will be eliminated. Again, P double bond O bond. So from 3', it will continue. Correct? So let us say you have repeated it how many times? Let us say 100 times you have repeated. Right? After repeating it for 100 times, you'll get what? You'll get OP double bond O, CH2, H, then there is a 5-membered ring, HOH, HOH. And here, let us say you had cytosine and H. Now, what I'm trying to say here is, here in the end, which carbon is free? So OH of third carbon is free. OH of which carbon is free? Third carbon is free. So you'll say it is 3' end. And here, which end is having phosphate group free? Here, which carbon ka end is having monophosphate? 5'. So you say this chain is running from 5' to 3'. This chain is running from 5' to 3'. Similarly, many nucleotides will be joined together to form a polynucleotide, and you'll get a nucleic acid. Correct? Now, this is a special type of bond. See here. This is like RP double bond O. See here. It is phosphodiester bond. It is phosphodiester bond. Phosphodiester bond. Right? Why phosphodiester bond? See. COOR. C होता है तो एस्टर हो जाता है. But you have phosphor. So it is phosphoester. This side. Now check here also. POOR. It is also ester. So there are 2 times ester, therefore phosphodiester. And this is phosphomonoester. POOR. Correct? So phosphodiester bond ke through, phosphodiester bond takes place between 3' and 5' end to form a phosphodiester bond. So this is how your nucleotides are arranged. Now this chain is running from 5' to 3'. Correct? Now this is your polynucleotide. Now we'll see how these chains are arranged, primary structure and secondary structure of DNA and RNA. Okay, so this is your polynucleotide. I have shown you how polynucleotide takes place. Right now, primary structure of DNA and secondary structure of DNA. So see, what is primary and secondary structure? Like proteins, DNA also has primary secondary structure. The sugar phosphate linkage forms backbone of each DNA. The basics extend outward from the backbone. Each sugar on the backbone is linked to any of the four AGCT. Okay? The partial structure of the polynucleotide is represented as below. The sequence in which the structure of nucleotide, base, sugar, phosphate, BSP is arranged is called primary structure. There, amino acid के sequence को you say primary structure. Here, base, sugar, phosphate के structure को sequence को you say primary structure. For example, you have adenine here, thymine here, cytosine here, uracil here. What is the order of nitrogenous bases you have arranged? The sequence of nitrogenous bases present in the nucleotide forms primary structure of DNA. Now, like secondary structure of protein, there is a secondary structure of DNA also. We had studied proteins can coil due to hydrogen bonding. Similarly, your DNA can also coil to form secondary structure of DNA. Watson and Crick proposed the model for DNA structure, right? Important postulates for DNA molecule consists of two polynucleotide chain. There should not be one, there should be two polynucleotide chain. Each strand is coiled to form a helix, and the two strands are coiled about each other on a common axis to form a double helix. First of all, each is coiled, then each of them are coiled around one axis, common axis. Okay. So now this chain which you have drawn like this will coil. It will coil again due to hydrogen bonding. It will again coil due to hydrogen bonding. Okay. Now there'll be one chain running from 5' to 3'. He said there should be another chain. But that another chain, if this chain is running from 5' to 3', other chain should run from 3' to 5'. Other chain should run from 3' to 5'. मतलब last वाले chain का CH2POOH इधर आएगा and इधर third carbon का OH free रहेगा. इधर third carbon का OH free था, right? And phosphate free था. Here what will happen? Phosphate will be free in the bottom and OH of third carbon will be free here. So if one chain is running from 5' to 3', other chain will run from 3' to 5'. This is called complementary chains. Okay? Is that clear? If one chain is running from 5' to 3', other chain should run from 3' to 5'. That means if your sequencing in the first chain is adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine, then the sequencing in the second chain will be, we will discuss it. Okay, we have not discussed it, we'll discuss it. So it will be basically thymine, adenine, guanine, and cytosine. Why? Because there is a complementary base pairing. Adenine of this will form a double bond with thymine, 2 hydrogen bonds. Adenine will form 2 hydrogen bonds with thymine, and cytosine will form triple bond with guanine. Okay? So this is called complementary base pairing. Matlab, every adenine ke opposite you'll have a thymine base. Every thymine ke opposite you'll have a adenine base. Cytosine ke opposite guanine, guanine ke opposite cytosine. This is called complementary base pairing in DNA, and it comes from Shaw's rule. Okay? Shaw's rule says purine and pyrimidine bases should be present in equal number. Forget it. You just remember adenine will be form 2 hydrogen bonds with thymine. Thymine will form 2 hydrogen bonds with adenine. तो इसीलिए Shaw's ही बोला मैंने, और क्या बोला? CHARGAFS. So adenine double bonded with thymine, thymine double bonded with adenine, cytosine triple bonded with guanine, guanine triple bonded with cytosine. These are all hydrogen bonds, right? So adenine of this will form 2 hydrogen bonds with thymine of this, and thymine of this will form 2 hydrogen bond with adenine of this. Guanine will form triple bond with cytosine of this, 3 hydrogen bond, and cytosine will form 3 hydrogen bond with guanine of this. This is how this base pairing takes place in two complementary structures. So now, see, this is what is intended to show here. This is one helix. The other helix is this. So see, cytosine triple bond C, cytosine of this helix and guanosine of this helix. So cytosine triple bonded guanine, adenine double bonded thymine, right? So it will continue throughout the, so these two strands are held together by hydrogen bonding between adenine and thymine and guanine and cytosine, correct? Adenine and thymine form double bond, guanine and cytosine form triple bond. Now coming back, this is the structure of DNA. This is the structure of DNA. Coming back to the importance of DNA. DNA directs and controls the synthesis of proteins. DNA carries genetic information, that is hereditary characteristics of a species from one generation to other, transfer of hereditary informations. And then it directs and controls the synthesis of RNA. Now, the protein synthesis takes place in cytoplasm, right? So types of RNA and their function. There are three types of RNA, right? Ribosomes are involved in protein synthesis, right? So messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA. Basically, there are two major principles, right? Translation and transcription, right? Translation is known as your protein synthesis mein when these DNA and RNA are involved, right? Synthesis of protein, right? And when your RNA is synthesized, single stranded structure of RNA is synthesized, then you say it is transcription. So we are talking about protein synthesis mainly, okay? So when the protein synthesis are happening, RNA plays a major role. There are three RNAs: messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, and transfer RNA. So messenger RNA का काम क्या होता है? DNA से मैसेज लाना, right? प्रोटीन बनाना है. तो प्रोटीन will have adenine, ग्लाइसिन, एलेनिन, वैलिन. तो एलेनिन के बाद ग्लाइसिन लगाना है. Who will tell you that? Who will send you that message? DNA will send you that message कि हाँ भाई DNA has said ग्लाइसिन के बाद एलेनिन लगा दो. Correct? So who will bring this message from DNA to RNA? DNA to the site of protein synthesis? mRNA. mRNA will bring the message from DNA to the site of protein synthesis कि हाँ भाई ग्लाइसिन के बाद लाइसिन लगाना है. करेक्ट? एंड राइबोसोमल आरएनए का काम क्या होता है? व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ राइबोसोमल आरएनए? इट प्रोवाइड्स द साइट फॉर प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस. So I told you proteins are synthesized at ribosomes, right? By ribosomes, you can say. And where they are synthesized? They are synthesized on ribosomal RNA. They provide the site for protein synthesis. tRNA. What is the role of tRNA? Now you know glycine के बाद lysine लगाना है. Who will bring this lysine? So this lysine is brought by tRNA, transfer RNA. So transfer RNA brings the particular amino acid which has to be attached after one amino acid to form a polypeptide chain. So this whole process of protein synthesis में all these three RNA are involved. Difference between dRNA and RNA, you know, deoxyribose is involved in dRNA, D-ribose is involved in RNA. It is a double-stranded helix. It is a single-stranded helix. It is only of one type. It is of three types: tRNA, RNA, and mRNA. DNA can self-replicate, right? But RNA cannot self-replicate. Replication matlab forming its own type, right? Making its own type. Double strand separates, then pair again with some other strand. So making multiples is called replicating. Okay? Exact copies of itself, you can say. DNA is replicating itself, making another copy of itself. But RNA cannot. Okay? RNA cannot. So it is the primary genetic material. It is not the primary genetic material except in some viruses. Some viruses may the genetic information gets transferred through RNA also, and those viruses are very deadly, right? Can you give me any example of some virus which is single RNA based? Can you give me example of some virus which is RNA based? Yes. All your viruses which are very deadly, right? COVID, your क्या कहते हैं, Ebola, these types are viruses are your single stranded helix structure. ठीक है? HIV, So bases present are thiamine, rest 3 are common, and here you have uracil. Okay? This is the basic difference between the structure. Now let's move towards some vitamins. तो vitamins में तुम्हें क्या पढ़ना है बता देता हूँ. Vitamins are very essential nutrients required for the growth and development of the cell. That is the definition. There are two types of vitamins: fat soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K. Vitamin A. There are total 13 types of vitamins, right? So A, D, E, K are fat soluble, and B and C are your water soluble vitamins. अब पढ़ना क्या है? CET के लिए ज्यादातर क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. विटामिन ए का सोर्स क्या है एंड विटामिन ए की डेफिशिएंसी से क्या डिजीजेस होते हैं, राइट? फिश, लिवर ऑयल, कैरेट्स, बटर मिल्क विटामिन ए के सोर्सेस हैं. एंड विटामिन ए की डेफिशिएंसी से यू गेट जीरोथैल्मिया, राइट? दैट इज हार्डनिंग ऑफ कॉर्निया ऑफ आईज एंड नाइट ब्लाइंडनेस. सो दिस विटामिन इज प्रेजेंट इन विच फूड and what is the deficiency cause the disease? The deficiency of it can cause which disease? So all these table before your CET or JEE mains or NEET exam एक बार by heart मार लेना. जिसमें कुछ लॉजिक नहीं है, पूरा by heart मारना है, right? You should remember it. ठीक है? वैसे डेली लाइफ के लिए भी अच्छा है. It is good. You should know what you are eating. Let's do some questions. In one strand of DNA, if one strand of DNA has a sequence of A, T, G, C, T, T, G, A, the sequence of complementary strand would be. Very easy question. फटाफट करो. अगर एक स्ट्रैंड का सीक्वेंस दिया हुआ है, दूसरे स्ट्रैंड का सीक्वेंस क्या होगा? वेरी इजी है, फटाफट करो. इट्स वेरी इजी, डू इट क्विकली. Do it little quickly. Yeah. So we'll end it in next 10 seconds. So do it quickly. We'll end it in next 10 seconds. All right. Let's end it on a count of 3, 2, 1. Let's end it now. Yes. So obviously we had said adenine binds with thymine. तो एडेनिन के अपोजिट क्या आएगा? थाइमिन. एडेनिन, ग्वानिन के अपोजिट साइटोसिन, साइटोसिन के अपोजिट ग्वानिन, एडेनिन, एडेनिन, साइटोसिन, एडेनिन. So this should be the sequence. TAC GAA, TAC GAA CT, CT. There is a thymine in the last. So the correct answer is D. Right? D is correct. Right. The hydrogen bonding between base pairs of DNA are between. The hydrogen bonding between base pairs of DNA are between carbonyl and NH2 only, amide NH, and cyclic amine nitrogen only. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Hydrogen bonding किन functional groups में है? That's what the question says. केमिस्ट्री के एग्जाम के लिए फर्स्ट 2 टॉपिक्स कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स एंड प्रोटीन्स आर मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. सीटी में सब कुछ इज इंपॉर्टेंट. थोड़ा सोच समझ के आंसर करना. Answer it little carefully. You guys have another 30 seconds for this. All right, so we are ending it, guys. We are ending it on account of 3, 2, 1. Yes. So I would like to show you this image. Just look at this and keep it with you. 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute.